Hello, Internet. Here we are for another vintage cube draft. I think I like Kiki Jiki out of this pack. There's also Opposition. Everflowing Chalice is a safe pick. Force of Negation is pretty good. Grim Monolith is good, but I think Kiki is the best of all of the all of the Kiki, Splinter Twin, Restoration Angel, Zealous Conscript, Pestermite, Deceiver Exarch combo pieces. I think the one that you most want to start with of those is Kiki because you can find it with Imperial Recruiter or Recruiter of the Guard. You can even like pod into it or find it with something like Survival of the Fittest if that's what you're doing. And it's um, on the less replaceable side. There's only two of this half of the effect. There's Kiki Jiki and Splinter Twin, and there's four of the other half. Okay, so I think I like Teferi here. It is a Azorius gold card when we just took a triple red card, but I mean, Kiki's kind of blue red. Like we want to be blue red with Kiki. I could also consider Gruul Signet or like Thoughtseize. Those would be the other cards that I would be thinking about here. I think I'll just take the Teferi though. I mean, we're starting off with two 5-drops, which is a little awkward, like two 5-drops in 3 colors. But they are extremely powerful, and um, I'm not necessarily committed to playing both of these. Like, I could easily move off the Kiki thing and just be like a blue-white control deck or blue-black splashing Teferi. That said, um, Jeskai is sort of the natural color combination for Kiki combo because you end up with all of the all of the different combo pieces are centered in Jeskai colors. So given what I've got so far, I think I'm just going to take this Flooded Strand. Helps fix my mana. Um, it's a fetch, so it could even help me fix for red down the road. Flooded Strand's a great pickup there. Very, very happy to pick up a Flooded Strand. So what would I like? Some signets would be nice. I mean, obviously, I'd love one of the combo pieces. That would be ideal, like Restoration Angel, Deceiver Exarch, Pestermite. Conscripts a little bit less so. I mean, I'd still obviously take it, but just like it's another 5. You know, I'd rather have fewer 5-drops. Um, Starting off with 3 5-drops would be a little rough. Okay. Well, here I think I'm going to take the Dig Through Time. Dig's pretty good at like setting up our combo, helps find us whatever we're missing. Um, it is another expensive spell, so we're like decks with a lot of cheap spells and no expensive spells still function. Decks with a lot of expensive spells and no cheap spells do not function. So we really need to be picking up like some like early counter spells, removal spells. Would love just like Swords to Plowshares, Lightning Bolt, Remand. Those would be some cards I'd be very happy to pick up, especially with the Dig Through Time. I want cards that are going to the graveyard. Naturally. Ooh, so we got a few options here. There's a Wooded Foothells that could help fix our mana. There's a Spell Pierce that I kind of like. Spell Pierce I found to be really good in Vintage Cube. There's also Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower seems pretty strong. Return a non-land permanent. I mean, I'm not sure which of these I want more. I guess I'll take the Brazen Borrower. Um, I'm not confident in this. I'm gonna take the Spell Pierce. I panicked. I don't know which of those I want more. They're both really, really good. Looking at this pack, I'm kind of debating between like Underground Sea and Spellseeker. Probably gonna take Spellseeker. Although, if we move this Kiki out of the pile, then Underground Sea looks a lot more appealing. Like if we are just like a blue-black or blue-white control deck. I think I'll take the Spellseeker, though. It's pretty good to copy with the Kiki. And it's good if we get like a Restoration Angel, like flicker effects like that. I guess I'll take the Needle Spires. I don't think I'm playing any of these other cards, so. Wow. So there's a Mirror Battlesphere. There's a Day of Judgment, which if I end up just like blue-white control is really good. Doretti's the strongest card in the pack, but we're pretty far away from that. So I could just take Day of Judgment and go for like blue-white control. Or I could take Mirror Battlesphere. It's like a high-end card. I mean, it's good to copy with Kiki, but it's also a 7-drop, so I'm not putting too much stock in that. I think I'll take the Day of Judgment. Like, I don't hate just being blue-white control. That actually doesn't sound too bad at all. We're not Niving. We're probably not playing any of these. I guess I'll take the Revelark. Ooh, this is good in a control deck. Okay. So it's looking like we're... Oh, wow. Mono white is always so open. I guess I'll take the Legionnaire. Is there any chance I play Geist? I'll just take the Legionnaire. Legionnaire, like, I don't know. It can block. 3/1 first strike is kind of hard for some decks to get through. Though it is fragile against, like, mono red, because it only has 1 toughness. It's very easy to remove. Lyra is a good sideboard card against mono red. Okay. So the Day of Judgment and the Kiki Jiki are not both going to be in the deck at the end. So it's either I'm going to be like blue-white control and play Day of Judgment and this Mana Tithe, or I'm going to be red and be playing this Kiki Jiki. I'm not going to be playing both because that's just too many colors. Here, I think I'll grab the Deceiver Exarch and commit to... Or did I say mono red? 3 colors I meant. But like I'm splashing is the key. Like my mana, like I can't play a double white card alongside a triple red card and double blue cards. That just doesn't really work. So here I'll take the Exarch. Wow. Library is really good, but our mana's already like gonna be stretched super thin, so I think I just like taking Scalding Tarn here. There's also a mana leak. I'm just gonna take the Scalding Tarn. My mana's gonna be stretched thin already. Muldrifter? Ooh, Teferi Time Raveler. This card is sweet. I mean, I really don't like the design of the card, but it's a very powerful card. There's also a Muldrifter, which is decent. I think I like Teferi though. I'll take that. Fire Ice? Yeah. Get in there. Fire Ice is great. Woohoo! Seagate Stormcaller. That's a nice one. We don't have anything too good to copy with it yet, so we'll have to be on the lookout for that. The best thing to copy is Time Walk, but it's also good with Tundra. I think I like Tundra. Yeah, I'll take the Tundra here. but it's also good with like lightning bolt type cards. It's just a very powerful card. So I could, yeah. I mean, I've got one, two, three, four duels so far. I'm not gonna play the Amerius Call because white's my splash color. It looks like. Feels like we're getting cut out of red a little bit. Which is a little awkward playing this 3-color, the Kiki-Jiki here. It is also possible that we could just, like, cut those two and just play a blue-white control deck if that's what's open. Like, if we're just not getting any red cards, I'm not... Like, you don't need the combo finish here. Like, I've got other ways of winning the game. I can attack my opponent with a Solemn Simulacrum or something. Wow. We are just getting, like, all of the mana. I mean, super, super late. I guess, given that there's, like, a non-zero chance that we do this, or the Day of Judgment thing. I mean, it's not high. It's not 0, but it's like, that we play that in the same deck. Probably not, though, actually. Triple red and double white and double blue. It's just too thin. Like, I would need like 12 duels before I'd want to do that, or something in that range. And it's felt like white is very open and red is not super open. So if we might have to move off of that plan. Guess I could take, like, Disenchant is fine. Feels like I'm pretty far away from Deredying. Like, I'm not really doing the artifact thing so much. Don't think I'm going to be Relic Wardering just because it's really mana intensive. Ooh. Revoker? There's an Ugin, but that's kind of expensive and I don't have a ton of ramp. Revoker I've found to be just like a really good card. It shuts down Signets, shuts down Planeswalkers, shuts down Elves. Lots of powerful things that card does. So right now I'm like kind of leaning towards the blue-white control version of this deck here. And away from Kiki-Jiki. Even though I have the combo, it's like, if the only red card in my deck is Kiki-Jiki, that's kind of a disaster, right? Like, playing a triple red card and nothing else, like, that doesn't really work. We'll see what we are seeing as the draft goes on in pack 3 here, but at this point I'm just going to be tight on playables if I move off white, because then I wouldn't be playing like these 4 cards. Ooh, Helix. That's one that I'll splash a Lightning Helix. Like, I'll for sure play that Lightning Helix. Thraben Inspector seems fine. Alright, I'm gonna put these in the sideboard. I think I solidly moved off that. Gideon versus Blade Splicer. Oh, I guess I took Blades Placer. I was trying to think about that, but it decided for me. Ooh, Time Walk. Alright. Time Walk Stormcaller. That seems good. There's also an Oko, but we're not gonna pass up the opportunity for a Time Walk Stormcaller. Okay, Mox Emerald's good. I mean, it's off color, but it is a Mox, so. Okay, so it's looking like I'm more in the like blue-white control camp. I do need to find a finisher at some point here. Like, I've got Teferi, but I would like a Sun Titan would be really good, or some kind of like more expensive, impactful card. I mean, I guess Lyra is like a sort of filler finisher. Like, she's not really what you want in that slot, but she can do the job in a pinch. I'm liking how this deck's shaping up. Hollowed Fountain? Yeah, I'll take a Hollowed Fountain. Just make my mana a little bit better since I picked up that Mox Emerald. So, would still like some more like counter magic would be nice. We already passed Mana Leak, like actual counterspell or remand or miscalculation would all be good. What else would this deck be missing? Doesn't have a ton of removal. I have like Disenchant, Day of Judgment. Wow, Azoria Signet. I think I gotta take that. That seems like double on color signets are so good. We're not playing enough creatures that I'm really considering the Smuggler's Copter. The only other card in the pack would be like Phantasmal Image maybe, but I'm just gonna take the Signet. Faith's Fetters, don't mind that. That's a decent catch-all removal spell. I like having one of either Faith's Fetters, Oblivion Ring, or Banishing Light in my deck, just as like a way to just sort of deal with whatever my opponent has. There are kind of diminishing returns on these, because it's like, this is sort of like slow, but like catches a lot of different things. You don't want all of your removal spells to be like that, but it's kind of nice to have like one. I would still really love like Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares. That would be like one of the best cards I could get now. Oof. The Pestermite. I mean, I can't. It's too late. The Pestermite ship has sailed. I'm considering taking it and just playing it as just a Pestermite. It's also like Flame Tongue Kavu. But it could be like splashing. Ooh, you know, actually, I have an Academy Ruins, so maybe Fractured Identity? Okay. This is a very, very strong card. Oh my gosh, Sun Titan too? I love Sun Titan. Sun Titan's one of my pet cards, and it seems pretty good here. We got Little Teferi, Blades Placer, Spellseeker. I think I like that better than Marsh Flats. I've got like pretty good mana already. Elishnorn? Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're playing Omnath. So I'll take the Elishnorn. Sower seems pretty good. Wow, we're just getting hooked up on the wheel here. Or just the last few cards. So I could consider Mindslaver because I have Academy Ruins. And that's kind of like a cute little combo. I'll take the Wear Tear and sideboard it if I'm playing against a deck that has a lot of that going on, maybe. Could also take a Baneslayer for the sideboard, although I already have like one Baneslayer effect. I think I'd rather have more Artifact Hate. I'm not playing Crucible. I suppose I might play Dismember, actually. Yeah, Dismember's actually not bad. Like, I did kind of want a cheap interaction, and it's not ideal because I can't find it with the Spellseeker, and it costs a lot of life, but I might not need it anymore now that I have Sower and Fractured Identity. I gotta kind of clean this deck up a little bit. So, Mindslaver, there's a combo with Academy Ruins, which is basically an infinite lock. You just keep getting back Mindslaver and controlling your opponent's stuff. But it's really expensive. And usually once you've Mindslavered them once, you're already in pretty good shape. I think that combo is like... If I had more ramp, if I would like casting Mindslaver more often, if I could feel more confident about that, I might consider it. But I also, the other thing is I have very good high end now. I've got 5 cards that are really, really good finishers. So, yeah, I kind of like how this draft went. Didn't end up with quite as much, like I didn't end up with like the counter spells that I wanted. Oops. Okay, let's move stuff to the piles where they actually belong. Okay, I don't really need this Porcelain Legionnaire. So if I just hit add basics and say okay. Okay, so this is 16. This is at least a 17 land deck. Probably like 17 and a half with the Amarius Call. So I probably want to make like 2 cuts here. So what could I consider cutting? I could consider cutting the Sower since I already have Fractured Identity. Could cut the Dismember because I'm paying life for that. Maybe I cut the Dismember. And I have Helix and Fire Ice as ways of interacting there. Kind of like all these other ones. Sower is maybe what I'm gonna cut. I don't know. I'm considering it. Could also cut the Blade Splicer. It is really good with Sun Titan. Like Sun Titan, getting back Blade Splicer is really nice. Blade Splicer is also just like a really good roadblock against a lot of the aggressive decks. You know, maybe I cut the Sower. Helps with my mana a little bit because Sower was one of my only double blue cards. So it just makes my deck a little bit more consistent. I already have a Fractured Identity that's doing a similar thing. Could also be Faith's Fetters. Since I now have Fractured Identity as a catch-all removal spell. I think I'll run it like this, and then I'll have Sower and Dismember that I can bring in against creature-heavy decks. Alright, let's take a look at our mana here. So, blue sources we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, 8? Okay. That's not a lot. White sources we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so the autofill was just weird. So let's go up to 11 white sources and 10 blue sources. Okay. And then red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for like 1.5 cards. Seems fine. All right. Deck seems good. Let's run it. See how it does. Okay, here we are for round 1. Yeah, this hand's fine. I don't have any of my, like, super powerful cards in it, but I have I have my colors, I have a decent curve, a piece of interaction or two. Not sure if I'm going to want to play this Ameria's Call as a land or not just yet. My guess is I'll end up wanting to play it as a land, but I don't know. Feels like... Well, I'm going to play the Needle Spires now, because that one has to enter tapped. I'll probably end up playing this as a land on turn 3. So I'll play, like, Omens on turn 2, and then Revoker, and Ameria's Call as a land. Okay. I will be naming Mox Emerald with my Phyrexian Revoker next turn. Probably. I don't know what else they've got. Maybe they'll play like a Thran Dynamo and I can name that. I don't know. It's like Emerald into Black Lotus into Thran Dynamo or something. Okay. Caryatid. Alright, well, I guess I'll name the Caryatid then. Because that is any color source. And also I can blow up the Mox Emerald. So also, side note, I also have a Mox Emerald in my deck, so there's a chance that naming Emerald would not or could shut mine off. Not a very high chance. I would have to draw it. Sylvan. Oh, there's a lot of Sylvan stuff. Sylvan Caryatid. Okay. I think Revoker is one of the most underrated cards in Cube. It's just good in, like, almost every matchup. Like, even against, like, I don't know, like, Mono Red or whatever, you still don't hate just having, like, you would play Goblin Piker against Mono Red a lot of the time, so it's not even really that bad there. Ooh, Day of Judgment. Okay. Well, I think at this point, I'm going to hang on to the Ameria's Call for a minute. I think I'm going to disenchant the Mox Emerald. Nope. Tap differently here. So I could hang on to the call. I could play the call. I'm thinking about maybe just casting Day of Judgment next turn. I'm going to hang on to the call just as some, like, flood insurance. I don't know how likely it is that my life total is even going to matter this game. My opponent's got some interesting stuff going on over there. They look like maybe they're playing some kind of, like, Birthing Pod type deck. I'm just going to take the hit from the Finks. If I block, it's really telegraphing that I have a Wrath, and then they won't commit more to the board. Given where the board's at, and given that my opponent looks to be a very creature-heavy deck, I actually think I might just hold off on Wrathing for a little bit here. play a Wall of Omens. Okay. I think it's likely that my opponent's threats are in the form of creatures, in which case I will want to have saved the Wrath. Okay, Sword of Body and Mind. That's kind of like a creature. It's a thing that needs creatures. At this point, I will trade the Revoker if they offer it. Okay, pretty happy with that, because now I can trade there, block there, and next turn I can Wrath, and then they won't have anything to put the sword on. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Woohoo! Sun Titan. That's going to be a good one. So I'm going to start with a Wrath. Trying to decide if I want to... how I want to play this Sun Titan, or this Ameria's Call. So I could play it as a land to make sure I have Sun Titan mana. I guess I could hedge, and this way, if I play Ameria's Call next turn, then I'm giving myself an out to draw land. Like, if I draw a land, I will want to have Ameria's Call in my hand still. So I'm not gonna play the call just yet. Okay. Here, I don't really have many double blue cards, and I kind of want to be able to fire up this Needle Spires, so I'm just going to take the Plateau, I think. Okay. So we didn't hit a land, so we'll have to play Shattered Skyclave. Ow. But that's okay, because now we get to Sun Titan. And what do we even get back? Probably... So I could get back the Phyrexian Revoker and name Sword of Body and Mind. That's probably the best bet. So now they can't use their sword. We've got a Sun Titan that can be getting back a land every turn. Can also get back a Wall of Omens. Jit is... I mean, if they don't have any creatures, Jit's not very good. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with everything. Attack with both. I will get back the Wall of Omens here. Just draw some action. It's not action, but that's okay. I'll play out the Blade Splicer. It would be quite odd for my opponent's deck to have Wrath in it, given that they're playing Sword of Body and Mind and Jit and a bunch of creatures. And even if they do, I have a Mana Tithe, so unless they have like land and Wrath, it doesn't really get me. So we've got 3, 4, 10, 12. Okay. Alright. So, looking at my opponent's deck, gonna make a lot of changes here. So, Wear Tear seems good. They've got a lot of artifacts that we want to hit. Dismember seems pretty good. It doesn't seem great against a lot of the things we saw exactly, but I think in general against their deck it seems like it'll be pretty good. What do I want to take out is the question. Deck's so good. What do we take out? I guess we could take out a Dig Through Time. Maybe I don't need the Dismember. The Sower is actually not as good because it's not great against Jit, because they can kill it. It's not great against Sword of Body and Mind because it has Pro Blue. Could also just consider like a Lyra Dawnbringer. Their deck seems like it might have a hard time beating a Lyra. Like, if they're trying to attack with sorted up creatures or whatever, Lyra seems pretty good against that game plan. Parallax Wave is also kind of interesting. Gosh, our deck is just have so much gas. So could go down just like a land. That could be okay. Maybe I go down an island. Yeah, this hand seems fine. I'll keep. Got a Lightning Helix. Okay, Avacyn's Bogrim. Yeah, that's good. I mean, if we get up to our Elesh Norn, then we're in real good shape. This feels like it's got to be just like a great matchup for us. Like, we just have so much creature removal and okay, Selfless Spirit. Yeah, that's good. I think here I'll just play Azorius Signet. Yeah. And I'll play the Mox Emerald so that I can represent something. I mean, if we get up to Elesh Norn, that's just gonna like wipe their board. Be really bad if our opponent had, yeah, swords decent. It's not great because we can kill their thing. So what I'll do here, I'll take a hit from it. I mean, I don't really have a choice right now, but next turn, okay, so they milled Time Walk, Lyra, okay. Okay, ooh, this is very good. All right, so now I can name Sword. Oh, I don't want to name QQ. Sword of Body and Mind. Alright. Now I will play Plains. And I will plan on Lightning Helixing their Selfless Spirit when they go to combat here. The reason I'm waiting is because this way, if they have a removal spell from my Phyrexian Revoker, they can't also move their sword over. Like, I want them to move out of their main phase before I kill the Selfless Spirit. Uh-oh. What's happening? Flame Tongue Kavu. Okay, so that's exactly what I was talking about. I guess they don't have the ability to do both at the moment, but Okay. So they can go to combat. Yep. I'll let them attack. Just not reveal information yet. Okay. So they'll probably sack it to keep me from gaining the 3 life. Yep. That's good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, well, I'm gonna play a Thraben Inspector. Go ahead and crack the clue. Oh. Day of Judgment. Well. Day's good. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a little bit better to play next turn than Elesh Norn because it'll kill whatever they've sorted up. So this next turn I'm going to block whatever they put the Sword of Body and Mind on, and then I'm going to kill their whole board. Yep. So I'll be taking 6, 7. That's fine. I think I still want to block here just to avoid, like, having to mill a bunch. Okay. So let's go for the... Day of Judgment. Yeah. Alright, Hollowed Fountain tapped, and we'll say go. And now we've got Elesh Norn to kill their next thing. Would love if they played something that was cost enough that they couldn't... okay, yeah, that's fine. They can blow up our Azorius Signet. Sure. Alright, I think we still have enough to Elesh Norn here. Alright. This is also really good if we draw a red, then our Needle Spires becomes a 4/3 double striker. Which is like a little bit of overkill, but still quite nice. Uh-oh. Just like a fractured identity. Prime Speaker Vannifar. Okay, that's fine. You can have a Prime Speaker Vannifar. Ooh, Wear Tear. Nice. Pop. I'm going to hold the Wear Tear for now. The Sword of Body and Mind's not doing anything at the moment, and if they were to play something like a Oblivion Ring on my Elesh Norn, I would want to be able to interact with that. Omnath. Okay. Opponent's going deep. I love it. Yeah, sure. You got your Omnath. I mean, they do get to pod the Omnath into something that costs 5. Or Prime Speaker it. Alright, what you getting? If they have like a Shriekmaw or something, they could crawl their way back into this game. Golos? Hoo-hoo, okay. That's pretty sweet. I mean, I got the Wear Tear for it, so it's not gonna end up doing it for them, but I like where my opponent's at. Their deck seems super fun. Alright, I'll just do this now. Destroy the Golos. I'm blowing up the Golos because it has the activated ability that they were going to start using. And also, I think I just win. Maybe not quite. I need to draw a red to just win on the spot here. Oh, disenchant. Okay. Oh, I'll attack with everything. Opponent goes to 2. Yep. Yeah, Elesh Norn's pretty hard for our opponent to beat. I mean, their deck is just all creatures, right? That's how these Prime Speaker Vannifar Birthing Pod type decks go. You play like 17 creatures in them, so Elesh Norn is pretty strong against that. All right. 1 match down, 2 to go. Okay, here we are for round 2. We are on the play, and this hand is great. Keeping this one for sure. So, I'll play a Thraben Inspector on turn 1. Turn 2, I can play an Azorius Signet. Turn 3, I've got Solemn. Turn 4, I've got Teferi. So, I mean, it is Vintage Cube, so there are definitely draws that can beat this, but I'm feeling pretty... Oh my gosh, yeah, Fractured Identity too. Oh, that's amazing. I guess I'll go get my Plateau. Grab the Azorius Signet. Yeah, we're in a good spot here. Selesnya Signet, okay. This is 2 or less, right? Yeah, okay. So, no copying Fractured Identity, unfortunately. I guess I'll get another blue. Hit for 1. Now we're in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. If they play anything good, we will take it. If they don't, we will play a Teferi. It's a pretty high bar for what is good. Like, if we can stick Teferi without it being pressured, we're... Oh, well, this might meet that bar. We'll see what they got. Channel might win them this. I mean, would love if they just channeled out like a Blightsteel Colossus or something. That would be great. Emrakul would be hard. I don't think we could beat Emrakul. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, probably can't beat that one. Ulamog the Infinite Gyre, we might be able to beat. Kozilek we could definitely beat. Oh, they just scoop. Okay. I wonder if maybe they like had been planning on casting something that like a Terastodon or something, and then they realized that they actually couldn't do that. So what do we see? I'm guessing Sower of Temptation is going to be good if they're playing Channel. Generally, it's pretty good against green. You could consider bringing in Wear Tear, although we only saw 1 artifact, so maybe that might be a little aggressive. What are we taking out? Take out maybe the Dig Through Time. That's a little bit on the slower side against like Channel. Yeah. Hmm. We can cast a Disenchant. If we hit a land, we can cast a Lightning Helix or a Blade Splicer. I think I keep. Needs a little bit of work, but like any land and I can cast a Blade Splicer in this hand, like, is functioning. They're just passing? Okay. That makes more sense. Scalding Tarn. Yeah, I'll get our Hollowed Fountain. Fetching the Hollowed Fountain because that way I don't have to take life down the road if I draw it, instead of, like, the Tundra. So whatever they play here, we can probably deal with it. Hex Drinker, yep, we can deal with that one. Yep. I'll let my opponent sink a couple more mana into it. I have to kill it before they resolve the final level up there. But pay 2 life. No. Ooh, Spellseeker, hello. So yeah, killing it now would free up their mana to do something else, to, I don't know, like play a Signet or something. I would rather make them put mana into it before I kill it. And if they just play a Signet and don't bump up the Hex Drinker, then I might just kill the Signet. Although they could do both if they hit a land. Yep. Just have to make sure I'm not giving them a window where they can get it up to a 4/4. That would be very bad. Sword of Fire and Ice. Sure. That's fine. I think given that, I'm just going to go ahead. I think I just want to get this Hex Drinker off the board now. They're probably not going to be able to attack me with the sword next turn, so I don't need to worry about disenchanting it right away. I'm probably going to grab a Time Walk. I think that's what I'm going to do. Spellseeker for Time Walk here. Given they have a Sword of Fire and Ice, I might bring in that that Wear Tear. Take out like Blade Splicer or something. So I can go get a Time Walk, and then I can Time Walk. I might. It's possible I could Fractured Identity the Sword of Fire and Ice. I don't know if I want to do that yet, but that's a line of play that is potentially possible here. Okay. Avacyn's Pilgrim, sure. They're probably equipping the sword here. Yeah. That's fine. I think... Do I even Time Walk here? Maybe I just don't time... Maybe I save the Time Walk? I could just, like, play a Blade Splicer. That blocks the Pilgrim. Or I could even Face Fetters the Pilgrim. I kind of like that, actually. Face Fetters the Pilgrim. That way they have to commit another creature to the board if they want to do anything with the Sword of Fire and Ice. Oh, oops. It can still tap for mana, which I didn't... If I had realized that, I wouldn't have played it that way. I was thinking I was cutting them off of a mana. The templating is different on Faith's Fetters and Phyrexian Revoker. So Faith's Fetters can hit lands, but it doesn't let things use... Or, sorry, can hit lands, but it allows things to use mana ability. Phyrexian Revoker cannot hit lands, but does not allow mana abilities. It's possible they might not realize that the Avacyn's Pilgrim can still tap for mana, though. Okay. So... Here... I think I just... Blade Splicer pass? Like, I don't think I really need to Time Walk just yet. Like... I kind of want to save the Time Walk for when it's going to be a little bit better. Yeah. It seems pretty unlikely that they're gonna, like... I mean, I guess they could, like, Mind Twist me to get rid of it or something, but... My thought process here is mostly, like, I would like to be able to Time Walk on a turn where I could... like, really capitalize on the fact that I have an extra turn. So, like, if I have, like, a Planeswalker in play or something, or if I'm hitting them with a sword, or if I have a Sun Titan. Sun Titan is good. I'll just keep getting back this Scalding Tarn. Sun Titan's really good with fetch lands. It's like a slightly worse Primeval Titan. Okay, that's fine. I'll grab another white here. Get to Scalding Tarn. I'll attack with these two. I think I want to leave back the Blade Splicer in case they can remove our Faith's Fetters. So that they don't get the Sword of Fire and Ice trigger. Alright, and I win the match. On to round 3. Okay, here we are for round 3. Our opponent is on the play. Yeah, this hand's a keep, I guess. Got a Thraben Inspector. I have a Spell Pierce. Are we playing against the Fun Police? Okay, well, Beaumont Courier's not too bad because we can Thraben Inspector to block it. But they might have Burn Spell for our Thraben Inspector. Alright. Don't hate our odds here. Runaway Steamkin. That's actually fine. I don't mind a Steamkin because we can Teferi bounce the Steamkin before it gets too out of hand. I'm just gonna play Island here. I want to fetch a Plateau with my Flooded Strand, and I want to hold up Spell Pierce this turn. Would love if my opponent tried to, like, Lightning Strike my Thraben Inspector or something. Zurgo. Okay, Zurgo's good. Yep. Alright. Eidolon? Oof. Eidolon's very good. Okay. Well, I'll crack this clue. Ooh, Lightning Helix. That's a good one. no blocks. Time walk. That's interesting. I don't think we can time walk right now. I think we want to get this Eidolon off the board before we time walk. So I think I'm going to go Flooded Strand. For Plateau. And I think I want to hit the Eidolon. It's like some consideration to hitting the Steamkin. You know, I'll wait and see what my opponent does. There's no need to do anything just yet here. Chandra? Okay. So here, I think, I think at this point I do just want to hit the Steamkin. Yeah, it's awkward. I gotta get that Eidolon off the board though, right? Alright, I'm gonna, wait. Sorry, I gotta think about the trigger on this. I want to make sure they can't remove counters to... Okay, so I can counter the Chandra before they have the ability to remove counters. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take 2 from this Eidolon. Gain 1 back. Or sorry, gain 3 back. Okay, now I'm going to Spell Pierce before they get a counter on the Steamkin. Such that they can't remove counters to pay for the Spell Pierce. Okay. Now I like our spot. Next turn I can Teferi. I'll go no blocks. This Graben's still holding back the Bomat Courier, which is important. Okay. So I think I go little Teferi, bounce the Steamkin here, play a Hollowed Fountain tapped, and save the Time Walk for now. So we'll bounce the Steamkin. You can remove the counters to make some mana, but they'd have to spend it at instant speed here. Okay. They spend it cashing in the Bomat Courier. Discarding a Badlands. Interesting. Okay. I think I will chump block here to keep my Teferi alive. Maybe. Thinking about this, because I'm going to Time Walk next turn, probably. Maybe I don't block yet. I don't know. This Teferi's not that important. This Teferi's the one I want to keep alive. Yeah, I think if they attack the Teferi, I'm not going to block. Yeah, that's fine. You can kill Teferi. Okay, there's the Steamkin. Miria's Call. Okay. Well, here I think I want to go Teferi draw. And then I'm in a pretty good spot. Because now, If I can untap with a Teferi in play, I like my position. Day of Judgment. Okay, well, Day of Judgment's a very good draw. Alright, so now I'm definitely chumping with the Thraben Inspector. Like, I'm gonna make them scared of counter magic. Not that mono red can really afford to play around it, but sort of Feast and Famine. Okay. Don't mind that. That is fine. Okay, I'll block. Alright, let's go ahead and draw with the Teferi. Spellseeker, okay. I think now we just Day of Judgment. So let's start with an Azorius Signet. Now we can Day of Judgment. Play our Needle Spires. Pass. Make our opponent scared. Scared of that counterspell. Goblin Rabblemaster. That's... I mean, Rabblemaster's good. Doesn't quite do it on its own, though. Ooh, I can also dig through time. Here I was thinking I was bluffing, spending this mana, but I can actually, in fact, spend it. Alright, what am I going to grab here? Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have enough to Amerio's Call already. Probably like Wall of Omen's Phyrexian Revoker. Okay. So let's draw with the Teferi. Okay. Go ahead and Time Walk. Let's cast a Wall of Omens. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we don't have quite enough. Alright, we'll cast a Wall of Omens. Elesh Norn. Okay, that's a good one. I guess I'll Spellseeker grab Mana Tithe? I don't know. It doesn't... I guess I'll get Disenchant. And I'll set a stop at my own end step. Okay, I have a stop at my own end step. So now I can untap 2 lands. So I will untap Bop and Bop, and then I can disenchant the sword. Okay. Alright, let's draw with Teferi, play a land. Let's go ahead and play out this Elesh Norn. And why not? We'll put a little more pressure on the board. We'll Phyrexian Revoker naming... what's an activated ability that could get us? Sneak Attack? I guess that could kill us. Seems pretty unlikely that they would be playing Sneak Attack. Sure. We'll name it anyways, whatever. That's like the only thing I can think of that we could possibly die to here. I think our opponents are... They're not quite dead next turn. Alright, we will continue to bluff here. I also have the... Yeah, I had the fairy emblem there. Okay. So we're against mono red. Against mono red. Let's take out the dig through time. Could consider Deceiver Exarch. That's not the worst. Could consider Parallax Wave. That can just like buy me some time. Definitely want the Lyra. I like Disenchant. I don't think I'm gonna play more like artifact enchantment removal. Could consider siding out Amaria's Call. Since we're against mono red. Maybe I like side out Amaria's Call for Parallax Wave. Parallax Wave functions very similarly to a rat in this matchup. think I like that. Parallax Wave just gets the things off the board, buys me some time. Usually, by the time things come back, you're doing okay. Well, the Spell Pierce. Teferi's good. Face Fetters is very good. We need to hit 1 land to get Teferi, 2 lands to get to Face Fetters. I think I keep this. It's a little clunky. Lavamancer. Okay, Lavamancer's fine. That's not great. Okay, Island. Nice. Alright, I'm going to play the Needle Spires to make sure we can play our Teferi on 3. Hope they don't play like a Jit or a Shrine of Burning Rage. Those would be bad. Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Take 1. Ooh, Wall of Omens. Well, I like that. That's a nice draw. Good little speed bump there. Our opponent will probably end up like attacking into it and then spending a burn spell on it. But that's a burn spell that's not going to the face. Or they just dismember it. Okay, yeah, dismember works. That's good. Burst Lightning our face. Wow. I guess that gives them access to the Grim Lavamancer, which is nice. Okay. Take the hit. Yeah. So I could grab Time Warp, but I don't think I really want to just yet. I think right now I just want to Teferi and bounce the Porcelain Legionnaire. Just take a little bit of the pressure off. They'll probably kill our Teferi. Yep, that's fine. Okay, Mana Tide, that's not bad. Okay, Mana Tide is a little less good now. Uh-oh. 5 mana Glorybringer. Okay. Well, that's a good one to Fractured Identity if we could get up to it, but I think as it is, we might have to just Face Fetters it. Ooh. Okay, maybe new plan. Maybe now I Spellseeker for Time Walk and hold up Spell Pierce? Mana Tithe? Which of those would I want to hold up? The Ancient Tomb, it seems more likely that... Well, I know that one of their cards is a Porcelain Legionnaire. I think I'll hold up the Spell Pierce. Suppose there's some thought to just, like, taking Lightning Helix. That's a wild thought. I think I just want the Time Walk, though. 2 extra turns seems really good. Especially with a Fractured Identity that we can bring the glory with. Okay. Exerting here? Probably not, right? Probably just attack, no exert. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Go to 5. Yep. Okay. So Flooded Strand. Going to Seagate Stormcaller. Say okay. And then I will copy this Time Walk. Take 2 turns. Alright. Cool. So let's crack this Flooded Strand for a plateau so that we can actually activate our Needle Spires if we need to. Okay. So first thing we're going to do on our extra turns, let's Fractured Identity that bad boy. Guess we attack and exert. Do we just attack? Maybe we just attack this turn. And then next turn we can attack and exert. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. We can pressure them a little bit more, even. Okay. So let's Faith's Fetters their Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay. Now let's attack and exert. Alright. We got it. Okay. Oh, fun draft. Started off with the Kiki deck, but ended up pivoting into that that more classic blue-white control. I'm pretty happy with how that draft went. I felt like we read the signals pretty well there. Thanks for joining me, and I will catch you next time for some more Vintage Cubes.